When my mom got cancer, she wasn't a wealthy woman, and it pretty much drained all her resources.
She developed ovarian cancer, never really had good, consistent insurance. That's a tough thing to deal with, watching your mother die of something that could have been prevented. I don't think he wants to see anyone go through that.
And he remembered the millions of families like his who feel the pressure of rising costs and the fear of being denied or dropped from coverage.
When you hear people saying that this isn't the right time, when you hear people more worried about the politics of it than what's right and what's wrong, I want you to think about the millions of people all across this country who are looking for some help.
And when the votes were counted, that help would come.
The bill is passed.
Beyond the crises at home, among the toughest calls that he would make as Commander-in-Chief. He had promised to bring a responsible end to the war in Iraq and bring the troops home. It was a promise kept.
After 9 years in Iraq, all the troops are returning.
Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home.
And it was part of his broader plan to refocus our efforts on those that had attacked us. Intelligence reports locating Osama bin Laden were promising, but inconclusive. And there was internal debate as to what the president should do.
We sat down in the Situation Room. The entire national security apparatus was in that room. The president turns to every principal in the room, every secretary. What do you recommend I do? And they say, well, 49% chance he's there, 51. It's a close call, Mr. President. As he walked out the room, it dawned on me, he's all alone. This is his decision. If he was wrong, his presidency was done. Over.
Today, at my direction, the United States launched a targeted operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of al-Qaeda. A small team of Americans carried out the operation with extraordinary courage and capability. No Americans were harmed.
They've been planning this operation for more than 8 months, but in the end it came down to a period of just 40 minutes when it could either be a major success or a disastrous failure.
A lot of people have asked, how did you feel when you first heard that it was bin Laden and he had been killed? And the truth is, I didn't have time for a lot of feelings at that point because our guys were still in that compound. And it wasn't until I knew that they were across the border, they were safe, everybody was accounted for, including the dog, that I allowed some satisfaction.
He took the harder and the more honorable path. When I saw what had happened, I thought to myself, I hope that's a call I would have made.
It was the ultimate test of leadership. A victory for our nation. And there would be many others. His satisfaction, not in Washington, but with the millions of families who would feel for the first time the security of coverage. 2.5 million young adults now have coverage. 17 million kids could no longer be denied for pre-existing conditions. He expanded drug discounts for seniors. And with the Patient's Bill of Rights, Americans no longer will see their coverage dropped or capped when illness strikes. He restored science to its rightful place. He announced historic new mileage standards that will reduce oil imports. And the country is now on track to double production from renewables. raising expectations in our schools with higher standards in 46 states. He reformed the student loan system, shifting billions in subsidies from banks and middlemen to millions of young Americans. Cracking down on credit card companies and mortgage lenders so the American people would never have to bail out Wall Street again. And when Washington stalled, he would take action, protecting everyday Americans from predatory lenders.
I'm not going to stand by while a minority in the Senate puts party ideology ahead of the people that we were elected to serve. Not at this make or break moment for middle-class Americans.
They changed the way the world sees us. And brought fairness to soldiers who want to serve their country regardless of who they love.
Thank you. Yes, we did.
And a landmark law so that a woman who does the same job as a man can get the same pay.
We will make sure that our daughters have the same rights, the same chances, and the same freedoms to pursue their dreams as our sons.
Judge Sotomayor, are you prepared to take the oath?
I am.
He placed 2 experienced jurists on the Supreme Court. And while the economic crisis proved to be more severe than experts had predicted, month by month, there was progress. Over 3.5 million private sector jobs in 2 years. And welcome news from Detroit.
It is a banner day for the resurgent U.S. auto industry. Less than 2 years after coming out of bankruptcy, General Motors announced today it is investing $2 billion in 17 plants.
With business booming, they repaid their loans.
Tonight, General Motors is once again #1 in sales worldwide.
Time and time again, we would see rewards from tough decisions he had made. Not for quick political gain, but for long-term and enduring change. So when we remember this moment and consider this president, then and now, let's remember how far we've come and look forward to the work still to be done.